welcome back. Another video on crypto, another live for you guys. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, drop a comment, and let's go, man.
Let's go. CM is after a tough weekend. You seem a little bit like you had a strong weekend, CM. A lot of nice cold beers. You seem like you're relaxed, maybe a bit tired from partying, whatever you did, man. But cool. Happy week. Well, happy new week, everyone. It's a Monday. And hey, CM, the crypto market, we're just waiting for it. We're just waiting for it to print that God candle, man. How long does it take? Sometimes it just wants another day and another. It's just squeezing your, tasting your patient a little bit more and more and more and more for people to kind of lose interest. That's what it wants to do. It wants people to lose interest. It wants people to think, you know what, it's not going to happen. And eventually, out of nowhere, boom, then it will happen. Probably. We don't know. We believe that's what's going to happen. We do believe, CM, that's about what's going to happen. I mean, that's what I think. What do you think, man?
Yeah, man, it is actually, now we have a little problem. Yeah, we're gonna look on ZBCN and everything, but let's start with the Bitcoin because Bitcoin is a Bitcoin. You can see now
Bitcoin.
you got it. We got another rejection here from the 110. Okay, we got another rejection from the 110, and we actually had a failed breakout. Okay, failed breakout here. Or is this baby? 1 second. Show you the failed breakout right here on the chart. So had a failed breakout. See here, and it came back down. Now we'll see if it can hold here. That will be very good. If it can hold here, maybe even pull back on it. That's cool. To bottom out and to catch some energy before the breakout to all-time high. But if it cannot, if it will come down below this trend line, there is a risk it will pull back all the way down. There is a risk, because it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is it can pull back all the way down, or maybe to do a higher low and then rip from here. So there is a risk that we see right now. Again, waiting for the breakout. Yeah, like you said, it just taking its time in, and a lot of people being very euphoric here. We're gonna break out. It's a breakout. It's gonna pump. Blah blah blah. And then every time they're screaming, all the moon boys and the pathetic morons out there, they scream in breakout. It usually trap them and go into the other direction. So for me, there is a risk it's gonna pull back now and take its time. But I think in July it's gonna pump. If not early July, so late July. But I think July, if it's not gonna pump, at least it's gonna be really, really ready, like ready, green, juicy, and then our market will start pumping. Altcoins will start again, not all altcoins. Some altcoins will start pumping. The one we're watching, the one that are setting up for breakouts. And yeah, that's what we want. We want to break. We want to trade the breakout into the banana zone, because the next phase of the Bitcoin breakout is probably going to be the banana zone. And people have no idea how to trade the banana zone. That's why we made this webinar that is happening next. When it's
Well,
happening, Jomo, let me know.
23rd of July, so in 2 weeks' time.
All right. Yeah. Welcome.
Man, where is everyone? Say hello. Oh, the Alchemist is here. Say good morning. Say hi. How are you feeling? Ask us questions. Where are you today? Don't fall down just because we're not pumping just yet. Hey, remember, eyes on the prize, ladies and gentlemen. Eyes on the prize. Look, CM, I agree. First, we always preach risk management and understanding all the risks that one have, right? All the risks that one have. Look, Bitcoin, and let me share over here. So this is the Bitcoin daily chart. Let's zoom out for just 1 second, okay? I like to zoom out, okay? If we zoom out, okay, and I like repeating this, we have a trend, okay, of higher highs and higher lows, okay? So far, the trend is very much intact, okay? Now, if you add over here the fact that we have been sliding above the 200-day moving average. And let me just put the 200-day moving average over here, make sure that everyone sees it. All right. Give me this 200-day moving average, the beauty. Okay, weekly. Over here, 40 week. Perfect. All right, so the 200-day moving average, which is the 40-week, all right, you can see we're sliding through it and it's still in an upwards trajectory, okay? So that's the zooming out part, okay? We're zooming out, we understand, hey, everything is still intact over here. And not only that everything is still intact, we are actually shy, just 2.75% shy of all-time high, okay? Very shy. Now, just for my kind of, I want to see where we're at in the sentiment or the fear and greed. Is it fear and greed? Let's see if it improved a little bit in the past few days. I'm just checking it out just for 1 second. Fear and greed index, where it is. Okay, it is. At least for me, it's going to be showing me where we are right now. So we're a bit better than last week's CM. We have been in kind of a 60 somethings and now we're at 73s. Now remember, this is where we are next to the all-time high. So this is from a weekly standpoint. Now, if we dial down into the daily standpoint, okay, and I'll remove this because we don't need the moving average of the daily, we can see that we have been building, this type of, cup and handle, with this being the handle over here. Now, if we zoom in only to the handle part, okay, only to the handle part. See, yes, I know what you said. This was somewhat of a failed breakup, but this is a diagonal trend line. It didn't really fail because we're still above it, okay? So we can say that it's kind of taking its time above it, creating another maybe point of horizontal resistance, above the 110, 500, let's call it, waiting to kind of squeeze. We're squeezing here, all right? We're squeezing. The first squeeze was this 1 CM. This was the first contraction. Now we had the second contraction here of 3 point something percent. And now we had a third contraction of 2.70% or so, okay? So I'm still viewing this as very much intact. We're still contracting volatility, below the one, below all-time high, very close to all-time high. Now, what you're saying is definitely true. We do have a risk of failure because anything can happen in the market. We always preach risk management. We always preach, you need to be, cognizant of all the possible scenarios. Anything can happen in the market, okay? But from the viewpoint of trying to add the probabilities, so far, all right, we had this long base. Remember, CM, we've been basing for, let's say we've been basing for 200 days, all right? We have been squeezing, we have been cup and handle, squeezing the handle, volatility contraction within the handle, very close to all-time highs, things, in my opinion, the probability is very much to break out soon. I mean, if we don't break out in the next week or so, I will be surprised. Anything can happen, right? Because just the market will act the way the market wants to do. But hey, we've been squeezing for such a long time, and if this remains intact below the 110 500, below the 112 CM, I mean, that's what we want to be doing. That's what we want. This is how I like to see Bitcoin right now. Yes, I would very much like it to already break out, but the longer it squeezes, the more it creates kind of the contraction, the weeding out of those sellers. And on one day, bam, buying will overwhelm selling. Boom, so supply is overwhelmed by demand. That's what we want to see, CM. That's what we want to see. And yeah, we want to be positioned to it, not only, from scenario standpoint, but understanding what we want to be doing. So that's why we created the Banana Zone Bootcamp, CM, because this Banana Zone, CM, is going to be very different than past Banana Zones. The Banana Zone of 2017-18, Banana Zone 2020-21. This Banana Zone is not going to be the same. It's not going to be all the market, full-blown market, everything going Banana Zone. Actually, we believe Bitcoin is going to be in the Banana Zone, and the rest of the alts are going to kind of scramble the way to maybe the old highs. Let's see if they can match the new all-time highs. But some coins, probably new coins that are underfollowed right now, coins that people are not noticing just yet, those are the ones that you'll be able to make big returns. Not the old dogs that people are still kind of looking at. Yes, they will go higher in price with Bitcoin, but We want to be in the ones that are leading the market again, and that's what we're going to be doing and teaching in the banana zone. This is the last leg, we believe, CM. By definition, the banana zone is the last leg of the bull market, man. So, 23rd of July, 9 a.m. EST, we're waiting for people.
Alrighty. By the way, if anyone buys now, he gonna get the webinar that we had, the last webinar. We're gonna give it to him for free, the sniper webinar. So if you buy it now, my friend, and you're a smart dude that see value and see opportunities, and it's actually dirt cheap, man. And you also can use the coupon below. Where is the coupon? I'll give you the coupon here. A little coupy. So yeah, you can get yourself 2 webinars, one for free and the next one for 15% off if you grab yourself the banana zone now, like a smart individual. And yeah, we're gonna teach you our breakout strategy, pretty much, breakout strategy, all the breakouts, how to buy the breakouts, how to buy bull flag breakouts, cup and handles breakout, all the most bullish patterns. Once you're gonna focus on them, you will not focus on your rubbish coins. You're going to immediately gonna be ahead of all the market participants. You're gonna be much better. You're gonna profit much more. And that's what we do. Okay. Let's talk ZBCN, man.
Let's talk ZBCN a little bit. Let's talk about
ZBCN. We need the Zebecians to
the
give us some love
Zebaceans.
on this. Look, a lot of people are now, obviously they will. We talked about it. We talked about it. We took the breakout here. We told you, hey, it's topping out. I told them, I'm speculating leg 1 is over for ZBCN, and that's what happened, man. Leg 1 over. Told them, hey, we're moving into leg 2. Be careful. Hey, no one listened. A lot of people still holding, and they actually round trip. They round tripped all their gains. A lot of people are down a ton. While we booked in like 200% move here. So again, that's why I love our strategy. And hodlers are cooked, and hodlers, they are pretty much shooting their own legs. Like you make 200%, and then you're not taking any profits. Like, man, come on. At least take your initial investment out. At least book in and let the rest ride, and then you ride free lunch. This is basic. But anyway, we're now in leg 2. Nothing happened. It's all natural. For me, as long as it's above the 200-day MA, 200-day MA is at 18. It's at around the 1.8 level. I'm cool. I don't care. And even if it's come down below it, remember, this coin is like an XRP, XLM type of a coin. Okay, these coins, they are moving up, and then they do full retrace, and then they build some nice base, and then continue. Okay, like remember last cycle, and every cycle pretty much, XRP made a full retrace before it broke out. Show you a clean chart. Where is it? Okay, so look, this is last cycle here. 2020 here, 2021. Okay, so 2021 here, look at this. We had this breakout. Remember, it's Jomo. You have this breakout. It exploded, and then they came up. It came back all the way down. Took the lows. It even took the lows of the prior base. It came down all the way to the bottom, pretty much, and then it built another little choppy. And continue, made another push higher, and then another push higher. So again, guys, this is cryptos. If you're not trading them, you're missing out. You don't want to be married to a coin. You don't want to be holding it for life. You want to be holding them in the right moments when they're going up in their, Elliott waves, kind of in their bullish waves. Okay, so we just had wave 1. You had signals that telling you, hey, time to cash out. Hey, hello. Hey. And also, dear CM and Jomo told you, hey, from a risk perspective, you're up through 3x. Take profits. Well, duh. And now still people are like cooked because of, their fault. It's their fault, man. Jomo, it's absolutely their fault. And they deserve to be cooked. And now ZBCN will probably again do what XRP is doing, or it's gonna base out here. Let's look at ZBCN again, or it's gonna base out, sorry about that, where we are now, or it's gonna maybe go a bit lower. But I'm still mega bullish on ZBCN. For me, this is just a leg two here in the making. Obviously, I will not like it to come down all the way here. It's not gonna be favorable, but it can do that as well. Just like I saw now with the XRP. But I would prefer it to hold above the breakout point. That would be beautiful retest, like a bullish retest. Breakout, retest of the breakout, base out on the breakout, and then boom, let's go. And then another one. And again, it's probably gonna do, another leg up, and then it's gonna come back down, crashing down again to retest that. And then people will sell also in a loss, and then it could continue, That's ZBCN is for me, let's look on the weekly chart. You can see this is the weekly chart here. This is your base. This is your base here. I would prefer it not closing below the base, the resistance, or if you can say it like this, it's not closing below the 1.9 on the weekly perspective, but it can happen. And we're waiting for the bottom to form. Okay, a lot of people, hey, I'm buying now. Is it a good buy now? Man, I'm not buying the downtrend. Okay, I'm buying or a confirmed bottom breakout. Some kind of a bottom, can be a double bottom, can be an inverse head and shoulders, or it could be another many stuff. It can be a sharp bottom again, and all these kind of tradable bottom we're gonna teach you as well in the banana zone, because in the banana zone webinar. Because if you know how to buy if you know what to look for, you save yourself tons of losses. Okay, people are losing money over and over and over in crypto. They make money, Jomo, for a couple of days. Luckily, they bought the right coin on the right time. Lucky, hodlers. And then they lose it all. You know what I mean? Like, man, learn how to take profits. Okay, that's the most important thing in this market, because, altcoins are not the same altcoins like last cycle. This altcoin market is cooked. And actually, I show, let's show them, what we discussed. I showed you this one. This guy is talking about it, and we've been calling for it for a while, man. Like, I'll share the screen. This guy? Okay, yeah. Let me show you the screen. By the way, guys, please give us a like. This is gonna be probably our last live for the next couple of days or so, or maybe a week or so, because Jomo is going for a holiday. Maybe we can squeeze one, maybe not. So if you can be very nice, kind person, give us a little like. It's just, look what you just need to do. This, you take your mouse right here. Just take your mouse here. See, that's the mouse. Okay, the mouse is the thing that control the little mouse on your screen. So you take the mouse and you click on you see, this is the finger. This is the human finger, yeah? Every human have 5 of them. So you take one of these fingers. I will use the second one, not the mid, not the last. It can control this one more. And you just take the mouse and you move it under the YouTube. On the bottom part of the YouTube, you have a like button. You just take the mouse and you click on the like button. Yeah? And that's it, man. Okay. Now, I'll show you the.
CM, I want to talk about ZBCN a little bit too. You want to share first, and then I will going to build my spiel, or
Yeah, show the ZBCN, and then we talk about it.
Yeah. So look, everything that CM said is definitely the right thing. We have told every time that once we arrive to these areas, we believe it's a top. We were sellers here, right? We were sellers all the way up, but we were real sellers here. Okay. Now the thing is that we mentioned to people that they need to wait for a confirmation. Okay. I even attempted to buy it once here and it failed, and with a small loss, but I made here so much money on ZBCN, or let's say we printed, let's call it, okay, on the way up. So this was very risk management type of thing. Now, here's the thing, CM. I'm actually a bit disappointed of ZBCN, because, and again, the fact that I'm disappointed means nothing. The market will do whatever the market wants to do, okay? But I did thought that it might, find support here. I thought the strength of it might find support here. Now, why am I sharing this? Because the fact that I'm disappointed doesn't mean anything. Why? Because as you said, it will find support wherever it wants to find support, and we can't control where ZBCM will find support. Now, what can we do? Okay, and that's what we preach all the time. Wait for confirmation, as you said. Okay, now I'm gonna we had so many people, kind of on the comments, CM. They asked us, hey, I'm gonna buy the dip here, and we said, hey, we don't buy dips. We probably shouldn't buy the dips because that's not what we do. Hey, I'm buying the dip here. Another one. Well, no, we don't. I always respond to them. We don't buy the dips. We try to buy kind of confirmations to the upside, like we did here, but not the dip. We tried to buy on the way up. Okay, and lo and behold, each time someone said I'm buying the dip, it went up a little bit, but then moved down even lower. Okay, so what are we trying to say? Buying the dip all the time, okay, is a very bad strategy. Why? Because you don't know when the lowest low is, okay? We don't know when the lowest low is. We need to wait for a confirmation. And even then, sometimes if you wait for confirmation, you can still be wrong in your timing, okay? That's where, you need to have a confirmation. And we need to wait for confirmation, try to play it. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't, but you will build up towards it to have a high, probability of a breakout, like what happened back here, where we had a high probability workout, we had a good size position, and we printed, okay? So can this go down? Definitely, okay? I have people saying, this is a rug pull, this is a rug pull. Well, I will show you how a rug pull looks like, just for people to understand how a rug pull looks like, because people actually don't know what a rug pull is. This is a rug pull, okay? This is how a rug pull looks like, okay? ZBCN, does it look like a rug pull? Okay, no, okay, it's not a one-day sharp, move down like we saw in OM or in so many rug pulls. Is this kind of, not the best retracement price action? Yes, again, I wanted it to find support in the 30s, but it's finding support for now in the 20s, okay? And it can find support even lower and still go higher, as CM said. CM mentioned that it can do what XRP did in the past. So why is this important? Because if you do what we do, we can be bullish on the coin. We can believe the coin has a bright future because we've seen has a good price action, has a lot of buyers, had a lot of everything, okay? But we waited patiently so far, okay? Very patient, trying to figure out the best place to start a position, okay? And if you are one of those people that is only buying the dips, you need to reverse your mindset, reverse how you think, and stop buying the dips and try to find ways where the edge is in your favor, where confirmation helps you, okay? Because buying the dips, as you've seen here, and in multiple other charts, we've been talking so many times, it doesn't work. From a winning proposition, you'll probably lose. And from a mindset proposition, man, you can be now at huge, mental depletion that you're just getting, you're getting to the disgust and angry phase of, fuck ZBCN, blah, 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 whatever, just because your tactics and strategy were not the correct tactics and strategies. I mean, that's what I wanted to add here.
Check your TG, man. I send you a message.
Yeah, I saw someone. We have a winner, CM. We have a winner.
But check it out, man. Because check it, verify it, because it's looks a bit spooky there. Look on the cheeky. I want to show the guys what we discussed a lot about this altcoin market cycle that is completely different. Look at this guy. This guy is saying that we're going to share a little video on Twitter. Guys, make sure to follow us on Twitter, subscribe, cook the bell, cook the like. Let me know if you see my screen, Jungle.
Yeah.
You see it? All right. So look, this guy is saying very nice stuff. Look.
This cycle might be different because so much money is coming into Bitcoin, but it's coming in through ETFs and other institutional vehicles. And that money cannot trickle down into altcoins the way it used to. people used to get bored with Bitcoin, so they would say, oh, let's go buy some sort of altcoin, and we're going to pump and dump these altcoins and get more Bitcoin and go back. And well, same washing machine, same money. Well, we know that ETF money can't trickle down to coin 47 on CoinMarketCap, right? But it can trickle down into companies like Circle. So many people made so much money on Circle, which pulled basically a 10x right after launching, obviously has now settled in a bit lower, that now we have the same washing machine that used to cause altcoin cycles going through crypto equities. Coinbase made a new all-time high. Miners, here's Iron. I mean, if you bought Iron on the 7th of April, you're buying at $5. It's at, I don't know, $16.90 after market today. This is the new alt season. I have very, very serious doubts that altcoins writ large are going to pump really ever again the more that I dig into this. That said, if a treasury company is a treasury of a relatively mid-cap or low-cap alt, they will have to buy a hell of a lot of it, and that could be the buyers of your bags.
All right. Well, this guy is saying exactly what me and Jomo were saying for many, pretty much years since the ETF launched, that altcoins cannot get the ETF money because the ETF money cannot flow into altcoins from the Bitcoin because it's not sitting on exchanges or dexes. This money, this liquidity is sitting on the BlackRock balance sheet or whatever, or or wherever it sits, it's not sitting on the crypto exchanges. So people cannot flip Bitcoins into altcoins. All right. So this is a nice, interesting take that this guy is saying. Obviously, he's probably a stock trader. You can see he's saying that all the money is flowing into stocks, which is kind of, I don't think so, because the ETF money cannot flow into stocks. Yeah, the liquidity into Bitcoin, obviously creating FOMO into this stock company, like MSTR and other crypto proxies that can pump, or like Coinbase that can pump with the Bitcoin surge, but it's not the same like the altcoin season that the Bitcoin flowing into altcoins directly. So again, that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, guys, guys, subscribe, like the video, share it. By the way, guys, this is a bull market. We are still trading. We have trade alerts coming all the time. I want to show you a trade we took a couple of days ago, man. We had a double.
What a banger! What a banger, man.
We had a double in a day. I'll show you a trade, man. This is insanity. Okay, where is this trade, man? Show you this trade. No window. Yeah, okay. Okay, look at this trade, guys. Look at this trade. Look at this easy trade. Look, this is OFT. All right, you can see July 3rd. I shared this trade in the community for the VIPs. Look at that. Bought it now. Price was 39. Okay, look at it. Price was 39. Look at OFT, bro. Look at OFT.
Yeah, look at it. It exploded.
Look at it. Look at it. That was the entry here. We bought the bull flag here. Another was a bull flag. Oh, okay. I said, okay, it was a bull flag. It broke out. The same thing we teach in the webinar. So get yourself the webinar, man. And look, this is the 39 entry here. Bam. Look at it. In one day, I still have the runner open, man. I still have the runner. My runner is up a ton as well. But look at this. Max gain 150% move in a 24 hours. Okay, so just telling you, this is OFT. Put it on the radar. By the way, guys, it's a very nice coin, but again, it's not a buy now. Don't buy now. Just that was the buy. Okay, in July 3rd, boom, profit are booked. Members are happy. And this is just another example why this market is, crypto is in a bull market. The fact that most of your altcoins are going down in value, it's because your coin selection is rubbish. You don't know which coin to buy. You don't know how to buy them and when to buy them. So, people are getting cooked. But really, do yourself a favor, man. We're printing, Get yourself the webinar first. Join our VIP. The link below, man. Do yourself a favor, man. Stop being a loser. Okay. Most crypto, communities, they're all bunch of losers holding rubbish coins, cooked coins that going down. Stop with this mindset. Join the VIP, man. Learn the winner mindset. Follow us. Follow our trades. We're gonna show you the way. We're gonna show you how to really print in this market. Check it out. Link below. Yes, Jomo.
Yeah, man. Look, we have some interesting takes over here. We have Ferry saying, be careful, guys. There is news. US How designated July 14th to 18th or the crypto week. Look, Ferry, look, I love you, man. You always come to the audience. You're a stand-up guy. I mean, I don't care about it. So what if it's designated? I mean, it's like, we had that Bitcoin, what was it? The Bitcoin conference, yeah, it's a thing, it might be a thing if you like a small, thing over here, whatever, not something that I put too much emphasis about, and not something that, I need to be careful of, no, the charts either way tell me everything. My risk management is precise all the time. And, to kind of try and make decisions based out of a couple of days of crypto week. I don't know, man. I don't see any benefit in it whatsoever. But hey, do you see any benefit of it? Or
Man, it can be a sell the news. Ferry is like a contrarian dude. He likes
yeah,
to short. He likes to short bullish stuff, and that's actually amazing. Amazing style and approach to short the altcoins, because he knows what we know is that they are mostly scams and crap,
yeah.
and they must be shorted. But for me, I'm not really so much looking to short at the moment, because I'm looking for the longs. I see what I like. I have many coins that are setting up for major breakouts, like mega trades, and I'm waiting now. I'm waiting for them to trigger, and obviously all the members are waiting for them to trigger. And that's our next phase. Yeah, we're gonna go into the banana zone. So I'm not gonna waste the banana zone bull run moment focusing on shorting cryptos, because it's nothing. I'm looking for the major movers, the major gains in the banana zone, and that's what I'm looking for. And yeah, and man, you can get a pullback. Yeah, you can get a Bitcoin pullback. We talked about it. You can get a pullback. You can get a stock market pullback as well. It's okay. I'm just gonna chill. It's summertime. I'm just gonna chill and wait for my trades to trigger, my breakout trades. And yeah, as you see OFT, whatever, Bitcoin pulled back, made a fake out, boom, had a double. Man, I'm focused on the bangers, okay? Bangers. We have many other small cap coins that actually going into new highs, Jomo, that you shared also in your list, so man, crypto looking good, okay? The problem is most people look on the wrong coins. That's their problem, and they're gonna miss out the entire bull market and the banana zone. Let's look on this guy, Omar. Omar is saying, "Hey guys, love your stream. What's the difference between CM and Jomo VIP? Do you both share the same alert?" Man, the same. We're sharing very similar trades. Sometimes I'm taking more trades. Sometimes Jomo taking more trades. It's actually rare. I usually take more trades, but it's the same trade, same approach. You can choose, take one, and then flip it. Whatever. Try this one. Try this one. Doesn't matter, man. Just join the VIP, man. Stop wasting time. Just choose a dude and just go with it. Okay. You get all trade alerts, all market updates. And by the way, Omar, if you trade with big money, make sure to join Elite VIP. Elite VIP is the best. It's the best. Is the best tier ever. If you trade with big money, more than 100K, scan this QR code and join Elite VIP, because you need personal guidance, personal coaching. You need the right treatment and the right approach. If you're gonna play this crypto market with big positions, you're gonna get wrecked without the proper guidance. That's why we have the Elite, for people that trade with big money and they want to minimize risk and actually, profit, and actually, grow their wealth. All right. So join Elite VIP if you trade with more than 100K. And all right, what do we have here? Hey
Good
Rodney,
morning.
Rodney. Ethereum will double by the end of the year. John, what's your take?
I mean, maybe, it can double, Rodney. I don't know. I mean, you're saying what you're saying over here is that, because Donald Trump largest crypto position, or I don't know, I actually don't know his portfolio. I don't really care. Okay, is 67 million worth, but he's worth 10 billion, by the way. Okay, as an individual, so 67 million is not that big of a position, right? So you're saying because he bought Ethereum, then it must double. Okay. I'm saying I don't care about what Trump does. I'm going to watch the charts themselves. And I will share the chart for just 1 second just to make sure we were on the same page. We believe Ethereum is looking kind of nice right now. It's not bad, okay? But saying it double, first of all, maybe you're undercutting it. Maybe it will triple, maybe it will quadruple, right? Or maybe it won't. We don't really know, okay? Because all we have is the information in front of us. We can't bet because of Trump or because whatever have Ethereum in the position that it will double. We don't know that. Okay, we definitely don't know that. We can look from a perspective of a weekly standpoint. So far, this bull market, Ethereum couldn't muster, all right, to go above this 14,100 and didn't create a new all-time high since last cycle. Okay, so right now this is a lagger. Okay, this is a big lagger. Okay, if you take a look at Bitcoin is at new all-time highs, 40 something percent above the all-time high of past cycle or whatever. Okay, so from my perspective, I don't know. Let's see where a double is, by the way, just to have just fun. A double means we go to new all-time highs to the 58, 100, area. Okay, can this happen? Of course it can happen. Anything can happen in the market. Okay, but can we bet on it just because Trump bought? No, that's not how I roll. That's not how I play. Okay, because I don't really know. I can say this. Okay, if we zoom into the daily, we see that we got resurrected in a sense. It did made 100% from this low quite fast actually, and now it's creating a base, a sideways digestion of profits. Okay, now it's been a bit choppy, breaking out, breaking down, getting back into range. We need to see what ETH wants to do. I'm very much in the camp that ETH will go higher, and because it's a big cap, you can actually put quite nice positions in it. Even a 50% position, of 25 or 30% of your account is quite a big chunk of money, and it can happen fast. Okay, it can happen fast. Like as you said, like it can move up to these highs, and you can make a lot of money if this breakout really works. And by the way, you can see that right now we're testing the 200-day moving average. Okay, so we're still trying. Is it the 50? No, it's the 50 actually. We're testing the 50-day moving average. Let's see how it acts above it. If it breaks convincingly, then I can say, you know what, then we're on the way high. How high can it go? I don't know. 50%, 100%, 500%. No idea. I'm going to play it by how the chart wants to play it. I'm not going to fall into moon boying, and trying to go, oh, I'm going to wait until double. No, I'm going to take positions as big as I can. I'm going to take profits once I see and deem right into strength, and I'm going to rotate these, earnings over and over again from one coin to another, to another coin, and to another coin, because this is the banana zone time. It's about to happen. We're waiting for it. We're in the ignition phase. We're in the ignition phase. When a rocket is being ignited, sometimes it takes time, but it is in the ignition phase. And once it will go out and get above the atmosphere, we're going to get a banana zone. And again, this banana zone is going to be very different than past banana zones. That's what we believe. Okay, it's going to be Bitcoin and some other coins, but you will need to be very selective to be in the leaders, and you will want to rotate from a loser to a winner if you chose wrongly. Okay, and that's what we're going to teach in the Banana Zone Bootcamp, man. And I see John said something about him. He said he bought the webinar, and I actually don't see any John. I see a couple of people, but I don't see any John on here. So John, if you want to send us a message, maybe an email to make sure that you are not mistaking over here, or check it out again, scan the QR code, because I don't see you on the list of people just yet, John.
Yo, John, how you doing, man? Let's look on H bar, and make sure you buy the webinar so we actually buy it because we'll give you the other webinar for free for sure. Where is this guy? H bar. H bar. And you can say maybe it's doing a double bottom. Again, man, I'm not touching it. Let's look on the daily. Where is the daily here? You can see it's below the 200, very far from the 200. So for me, it's a no-no. I'm not a dip buyer or some kind of. I'm waiting for breakouts now. Okay, don't want to waste my time holding rubbish. If it breaks that level, cool, man. If it breaks that level, that's cool. We can go. If it's not, if it will stay here in the gutter, I'm just gonna. It's on my radar. I'm not gonna. You can see here, it can continue down. It is in a downtrend. Okay, I'm not buying downtrend. That's the problem of people in crypto. They're buying downtrend. Why the hell, man? I'm buying or confirmed breakout or bottom reversal or an uptrend. That's me. That's how I profit. That's how I print in this market. While all the others, they can get cooked, because this thing, who says it's gonna have another leg up? Maybe the H bar bull run is done. Maybe the H bar bull run is done. Could be done, man. Look at it had an enormous pump. It had like an 800% move, man. There is a risk that it's priced in. You have a big double top. Again, I'm not saying it is. I think it's gonna move higher. But again, the market don't care about what I think. This is crypto, the very scammy market. Always protect yourself. Always manage risk. So H bar for me is not ready for me. Once it's gonna be ready, I will let you know. At the moment, it's not ready, man.
Definitely not, man. Definitely not. We have someone else asking about Goons, Gunz, and it reminds me that Ferry was shorting it. Ferry is shorting altcoins quite successfully. So way to go, Ferry. Goons, man. You want to share the charts here?
Yeah, man. Look at it. Guns.
Look at it.
Goons.
Look at Goons a bit.
Look on Goons. That looks like the big chart. It's again, and it could be, it could be interesting later. Looks like this had a very nice big correction here, and now we'll see. We'll see if it can build some nice uptrend. So yeah, that can be very nice. But at the moment, there is no entry here for me. If you buy it here, you're gambling because there is no
Definitely.
clear reversal. It could be just a dead cat bounce inside a bigger downtrend. Remember, they are all crap. All coins are crap, and treat them like crap till they look like top models. Okay, they are all crap till they look like top model. Okay, how to differentiate between a top model and a crap? Get the webinars, man. Get the webinar, study crypto, study markets. Most people are studying the white paper of their coins, which is just like this toilet paper in my hand. It's worthless. Piece of crap, You want to study the chart and understand charts, and that will protect you and help you thrive and survive in this market. That's what you want.
Definitely.
What else do we have here? Good morning, sir. All the institutional buyers are building off Ethereum. Yeah, that's what they say. So far, the institutional buyers are buying Bitcoin. They're not really buying Ethereum. Ethereum is still rubbish. Again, it might be a good trade, but if you look on the big picture, if it was being bought by institutional buyers, it should have been way above 5K now, the price, if what you say. But it's not. It's actually being sold by the institution since it's ETF. It just made a McDonald's top, So again, man, I don't think so. I don't think so. All institution, all Jomo, all the institutional, all of like 100%. No one is buying Bitcoin. This guy is saying now that's like he's saying, hey, no institution is buying Bitcoin. All of them just buying Ethereum. What really? Okay, man. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, from a bird's eye view, Ethereum is not even in a bull market just yet.
Yeah,
Just,
it's still cooked, man. It's as
still
long
cooked.
as it's still below 4,000, it's cooked, man.
It's
Like,
cooked. Look, we are going to take a trade on it. We are going to take a trade on it, and we are going to make money with it. But are we going to bet for a double? Are we going to? No, we're going to take profits into strength, just like we do all the time. Okay, but we're just trying to share here with people that this is not how we think. This is not how we roll. Where Bitcoin is in a ferocious bull market for 2 years already. Ethereum has just been lagging, whatever. Okay, so that's how we view things. That's what we're trying to kind of share.
oh, the Serbian guy. How you doing, man? How you doing? Or Slovenia? Not sure, but cheers, mate. Tao. Okay, we have. Oh, this guy. Look at this guy. Thoughts on Zebec and Zebec. Okay, so man, we talked about Zebec for around 10 minutes on this live, even more. Go back and you will see it. We talked about the charts. We talked about everything. Jomo talked about it. Me talked about it. We talked a lot about ZBCN. Go back. Just take your mouse and just go back a little bit and you'll find it, sir. You'll find it. We'll look on Tao. Let's look on Tao. Guys, please, everyone that is live here, please, give us a like. Give us a like now. We need your like. We need your support. This is probably going to be the last live for the next week or so. So please give us a like. Please. Tao, let's look on Tao. Look on Tao, man. Tao, yeah, it's consolidating here. And again, Tao as well. It had a huge bull market already. You had a big double top here on Tao. Where is this? See this dub? That's your first top back in February, March 2024. That's another double top here in October and December 2024. Again, it's probably gonna have another nice trade. We're gonna take it, but most people are looking for like Tao to go bananas, and I don't know, man. It's look a bit very weak to me, and it's below you can see the 200 days sloping down now. So really, Tao need to come up here and break the $500 ASAP and start taking the highs, because there is a risk. There is a risk. It is cooked. It could be cooked.
CM, look, for me, actually, the consolidation looks more like a consolidation on the way down, to be honest. I don't know, man. I mean, if I look at the chart right now, yes, it can go high, but for me, right now, Tau is on the way down. I mean, look, this is the way down. It's consolidating right now, kind of sideways. Now, could it be like a bottom consolidation and then up? Sure, but it can actually go down, continue, because as you said, right now, this is just this is the Binance chart, right? But it's a big stage retopping, after, let's go to the max chart so people can see it. After, as you said, a huge move up. I don't know what it is about these, things. The people, it made, let's actually go to log chart just to make sure I'm not mistaking over here, Yeah, I'm mistaken. From the peak low all the way to the peak high, it already made like 25, 100%. It's a big move. Okay, it's a big, it's a very big move. Okay, so the probability right now is that the move itself, the big move is just done. And right now, this is kind of a topping stage 3 that, of course, it can go up from here. I'm not saying it can and whatever, but it can still play like, within this area of there's just a lot of price action above it here and here and here, and not that much price below it to support it. So I'm actually saying the probability of Tau is to go
short
down.
there, eh?
might be an interesting short, breaking down on the trend line. This can be on the short list. If this was on any of my lists, right, at least on the perspective of today, okay? Because remember, guys, what we do is we look at the price, action of the past, and not on the future, because we don't know what the future will do. So if I look at it right now, I would put this on a short, watch list more than I would put it on a long short list. Now, if CM, play pans out and it comes here and does something like this below the 500, and then might want to look at it for a potential long, situation. But right now, that's not where we are at all. We're actually, on the way down. So I don't know. For me, I don't like it as much, and again, it's the thing that I said it earlier. People are looking at the old dogs, and I don't mean the dinosaurs of 2017s and 2020, 21s, but they're looking just at the coins that worked in 2023 and potentially in the beginning of 2024, instead of looking for what's the new fresh blood, okay? Because each one of these coins, whether it's Tau, whether it's, I don't know, Caspa, or people ask about all the time, whatever, okay? They all had their biggest move, okay, out of a new fresh bull market for the coin, not too long after the inception of it, right? So the IPO, let's call it, on a centralized exchange. So a couple of months usually after it goes to a centralized exchange, then boom, it has a bull market, as Tau just did, like 2,500%. And then it goes into a long sideways topping phase that the probabilities of it to actually go higher are lower than it is to go lower. And not only that, CM, if it does go to new highs, it won't make another 2,500% from that high, okay? Maybe a 30%, maybe a 50%. If you are lucky, from this high, it can make a double. If you're really lucky, if like the banana zone goes bananas, like Bitcoin goes to 200,000, people are just excited, stoked, it might do a double from the last all-time high. Maybe. Okay, and you can and hey, don't just believe me if you don't want to. Go check out past coins that made double all-time highs in one cycle. For example, AVAX, Luna, ASX from 2021, and even then, CM, those coins, they had like a 3 months correction, topping and correction before they continued. Tau is already at a stage 3 topping, for at least 500 days, man. I mean, I know from our perspective, from the way we look at charts, from the way we trade, from our strategy and from our, frameworks, I don't like Tau. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, man, and it's also one of these coins, that have big hype on Twitter, and all the Caspa Moon Boys are usually also buying Tau. So all these people that cheering for Cas and cheering for Tau, all together screaming, "Ooh, yeah, yeah!" Usually, when you get this kind of cheerfulness surrounding a coin that already had a major market cycle, they usually cooked, man. All these people are usually late to the party. They are all late to the party. They're all 100% sure, certain they going to triple their bags or 10x their bags, whatever. And usually, man, they are all cooked and they already bought the top. That's what usually happened to these people, man. Seen it last cycle. Saw it so many cycles, again and again and again. All these crypto newbies are coming. Oh, I buy Caspa. I'm a Caspa millionaire. Ooh, yeah. I'm a Pepe millionaire. Ooh, 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 hey. And then what happened, bro? The coin is in a bear market. That's what happened.
I know, man. I know. And look at this, CM, just to make sure people, understand. I talked about Tau, in my old channel, which is now our, backup channel. Look, this is a video I made about AI James no one knows about, and Tau is one of them. You can see it over here. It's from November 2023. That's when I made this video, okay, about Tau, November 2023. Just for people to understand, this video was made in November 2023. If we look at the chart, okay, it's here. This is the exact date was this area over here, 8th of November 2023. Okay, so why am I showing this? Just to kind of further confirm to people, okay, what we say is not, we don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. I talked about this here. This was the breakout we took in the membership here, okay? We took the breakout over here, we made 170%. Later on, we played it again over here, but this was where we were early to it, kind of from a trade perspective, when we had the stage 2 uptrend, okay? And you know, I'm showing it in live because this is the date. Go to the video again. It was from the 8th of November 2023. Okay, this is the date. So why is it a good idea to come to the seminar that we're going to have in 2 weeks time, CM, the Banana Zone Boot Camp, as we call it? Because we consistently trade the best movers right at the perfect moment where they're in their stage 2 uptrend. And if you don't know what a stage 2 uptrend, learn. I had like a nega toilet the other day saying me blah blah stage 1, stage 2. We don't know what that means. Okay, learn what that means. If you want to Google it or join the membership or join one of the boot camps, actually learn what we teach, because hey, it will benefit you. These frameworks help CM and me do it over and over and over again. Caspa, Tau, ZBCN, all these amazing breakout trades we had, CM. We're going to teach this again on the Banana Zone Bootcamp to make sure people know how to print with us, CM. That's it. That's the entire. And hey, CM, this is going to be euphoric probably. People are going to try to hold the coins even further. They're going to be, oh no, if it made now again, go back high again, I'm going to hold it even longer. But the next breakdown is going to be the worst one, because that's when people are going to be really melting down, CM. And we're going to teach you in the Banana Zone how to take profits and not believe the euphoria, okay? Because the euphoria is a trap, CM. Do you agree?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We are agreeing here. Guys, make sure to smash the like, subscribe, leave a comment, share it on your X if you have an X account, this video. Join our membership, join the bootcamp, the Banana Zone. This guy is saying, CM and Jomo look after their viewers on here. So imagine how much help we'll get in the membership and VIP. Definitely join as soon as I get my financial situation sorted. Yeah, man, join, man. Just don't miss out the Banana Zone. Don't miss out the Banana Zone, man. The webinar, and also don't join. Now is the best time because we are approaching the end of the cycle, man. This is the last couple of months, man, and they're gonna rug it all, it's gonna rug it all. So make sure to join in the as soon as you can, man, ASAP. Omar, I tried using the promo code GEM15, but it says it's expired. Is it expired?
CM. Well, it's not expired. Well, it is not for the Banana Zone. We actually made something specifically for the Banana Zone. It's not even 15%. It's actually 20% off. Me and you agreed for the Banana Zone because we want to help our people to actually make money in the last euphoric phase of the Banana Zone. So actually, the promo code is just Banana Zone. Just Banana Zone. I sent it to you on private chat, CM. Maybe you can put it as a message for everyone to see here on the side. Okay, just use Banana Zone and you will get 20% off, okay, instead of 15. Banana Zone, okay? Check that out, Mr. Omar. And yeah, you will get actually 20%, not 15, 20%. We agreed, CM and I, to make it even more lenient, even a better discount, okay? Banana Zone, exactly. Without the code, just Banana Zone, okay? Just Banana Zone. We wanted to help more people to make it even more affordable, even though it's dirt cheap. It's dirt cheap, okay? But we wanted to make it even more affordable to people because we want to help you. We want to make sure you don't do the same mistake in the last euphoric phase. This is it. The last euphoric phase, all the gains you make now, you need to keep them and not make mistakes that you will round trip all your gains again, because there won't be another one for a couple of years. That's how crypto works, okay? And the beauty is that actually me and CM, after the Banana Zone, we will keep all the profits and then we're going to go short. So that's why a better idea even is not only to join the seminar, but to join one of our memberships. And by the way, members, they get a 50% discount. So maybe people prefer to, buy a membership, a VIP, and then get a 50% discount also on the Banana Zone. Whatever they want to do, CM, it's cool by us.
Yeah, man, let's wrap it up, guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Smash the like, subscribe, join our services, guys. See you in the next video.